Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Brad Astra. I know it's called Ad Astra, but I like the title Brad Astra more because it's Brad Pitt. I haven't actually ever seriously really been calling it Ad Astra. I've been calling it either Brad Pitt in space or Brad Astra because I was mainly excited for it because space and Brad Pitt. Let's review it. So Ad Astra is this film basically about... I'm sorry about this chair. It creaks a lot. But essentially, this film is about this guy. I'm actually forgetting his name. They didn't say it on it. But it's Roy. His name is Roy, and essentially his father was found. He went on a mission years ago, and all of a sudden, they're like, oh, by the way, actually, we found your father. He's alive. And he's been causing all these really bad ruptures and surges and stuff. So you got to go out to Neptune, and you got to find him. And that's the plot of this movie. So, yeah. The very first thing I will say with any review for Brad Pitt, I will always say this. Brad Pitt is one of my favorite actors in Hollywood. He's a lot of people's favorite actor in Hollywood. And I think he's great in this film. I think he's great in every movie he's in, but I think especially this film, he really clearly wants to be in this role. It clearly wasn't like just somebody it's clearly not like somebody went up to him and said, hey, you want to be an Ad Astra? And he's probably like, no. And they're like, well, you get a big fat paycheck. No, he clearly actually is like, yeah, sure, I actually want to get in this role. I actually want to be this character. And he really is good at creating this very complex character. And that's really what this film was about. Like, this film is in space and all that, but it's mostly about this character. I'll get back to that later. But the visuals. Let's talk about the visuals. They are gorgeous. They are phenomenal. This movie completely never felt like it was on Earth unless it was on Earth. Like, what I mean by that is that most of the movie takes place in space, obviously. But it's so good at making space feel like space. Like, there's a scene on the moon where they're driving these rovers on the moon, and I felt like it was on. It never felt like it wasn't real, and that's amazing because filming. How do you make a scene on the moon? How do you make an action space scene on the moon? I don't know how. Besides green screen, but it looked really real. It looked very Mad Max Fury Road style, except for it can't be real because they didn't go to the moon to film Ad Astra because that'd be a huge waste of money. So, it was amazing. And when they went to Mars, it was also amazing. This film is so good at making space feel realistic because when you go into space, it's not that exciting. Like I guess it could be exciting, but it's like this film is so quiet most of the time. It's slow. Out of the gate, this film is just slow. And it's very quiet, and it's very just kind of lets things happen. And I love that about this movie. I think it really just kind of let it sit, and it just kind of went along and did its thing. It did what it had to do, and then it stopped. And one of the best parts about this movie is the character. The character is really well written because it's like, okay, so we have this character, and they don't literally take him and explore every aspect of his life and how he feels about this, how he feels about that. No, we only really know one thing about him, besides maybe some other things. The main thing that we're always focused on during the film is his dad. He has a wife, but that's barely touched on in the film. It's there, but it's barely in it. And it's mainly his dad, and that was really great writing on the writer's part for just making it just focused, because that's the plot of this film. The plot of this film is not his wife, it's not his friends, no, it's simply his dad. I don't know his social life at all. And that's something I really liked about it, is that it all focused on that one aspect of the character. And that was great, and it was really easy. Movies are very easy to feel emotion and very easy to feel sympathetic for this character. That is really something you really need to do well in a film, and this film really did well with making you think, okay, I feel bad for this character, I want him to succeed, I want his life to be good. That's what you feel while watching this film. That's what I felt while watching the entire runtime of this film. It also has a lot of really intense scenes. Whenever the film wants to get intense, it will get intense, and it gets pretty intense. It's not like, I guess it's not like the most intense film ever. There is the chase on the moon with these rovers I heard somebody say like Mad Max Fury Road. Not even close for me, but that's because the sound design of this film is also amazing because it's like, this film is not just like when there's an explosion, it just go, no, it's like silent. Like, you just see the explosion. That's like, for some reason, it has an effect when it's completely silent. The sound design of this film and just the general audio of it is one of the best aspects of the film. It's not loud and booming. It's very calm, especially the audio and the visuals and everything. And yes, sometimes it is big action scene, ooh, shoot, blam, blam. But most of the time, it's not that. It's very calm. It's very relaxed. And that's easily, possibly the reason why this is one of my favorite movies of the year. Guys, in the end, to no one's surprise, Ad Astra is definitely one of the best movies of the year. I loved this movie from start to finish. It was entertaining. Even though it is a slow burn, it's very slow. It's entertaining, well written, calm, peaceful, but also really exciting when it wants to get there. It's just a really, really engaging film. And I think the word I've been using for this is thought-provoking. Because, yeah, the whole, we're going to touch on humanity at the end of our sci-fi space film. It's been done a million times. But at least this time, they actually, when the message came up, it actually makes sense to me. And this film genuinely did make me think about humanity. It's a very thought-provoking film. I will definitely be thinking about this movie for a couple days. I really loved this movie. Please go check it out. It is one of the best movies of the year. And I'm going to give Ad Astra a 9 out of 10. You might be thinking, where's the 10? The reason why there is no 10 is because simply one thing. It would not take you 2 months to travel to Neptune, like from Mars to Neptune. Now, you might say, what? No, but they have fast travel in the future, because that's in the distant future, but would not take you that short to get from Mars to Neptune. What do you guys think on Ad Astra? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. It Chapter 2 review, hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm not guaranteeing it, but I really think I'll see it tomorrow. See you guys next time. Bye.